Greetings, I'm here to make just a quick video to celebrate music because 2 nights ago I bought a good little handful of music albums, physical copies, CDs, which most people don't do nowadays, but I love CDs, so I do. So to celebrate the fact that I got the most amount of copies of albums at any point in my life, because in my entire life I had only owned 3 albums, and this is the first one, Green Day's 21st Century Breakdown, which came out in 2009, and which I got as a birthday present from my sister some 2 months after it released in 2009. And I have to record outside, so a car just passed, and oh well, I don't have any better areas to record inside the house because the lighting inside the house sucks, and I have no way as of right now to have better lighting inside the house, so you just have to bear with me, I guess. But anyway, back to this. This is my first album, and so I've had it for 10 years now, and I mean, the case is broken and such, but the disc is still in really good shape. It still works, and I can't tell you how many times I've listened to this album through over the years, especially during the first couple years that I had it. I used to play RuneScape on my first laptop ever back in the day, and I would blast this while I played RuneScape while I was grinding. It was great. But yeah, that's my first album. 2 years ago, I checked the date on my old Instagram account. I bought this, and it was sealed new. It's Metallica's And Justice for All, which is also one of my favorite albums ever. And to the day, I only know 3 Metallica albums, and this is the first one that I ever got into, and I got it brand new, like I said. Hey, look, you can see my reflection on the disc because it's so nice. I like this. Simplicity at its finest. It's just old school, and as the camera is out of focus because of the reflection of the disc. But yeah, 2 great albums. There's that. And then I don't remember if I got this Aerosmith's Just Push Play before or after And Justice for All, but I got this a couple of years ago as well. If I have a photo, I didn't check the date on my old Instagram, but this is not, I didn't get this new, unlike those first 2 right there, but it was in decent shape and it was really cheap, so I thought, why not? And this is the disc with the simplest art so far. But anyway, for a couple of years, these were the only 3 legit albums I've ever owned in my entire life, physical or digital, because I've always pirated my music like a lot of people still do nowadays, in spite of the fact that iTunes and Spotify and all those digital music services have been a thing for years, which I've never actually used long term for anything. So I'm not one of those people, although I prefer my music digital. But I'm gonna start collecting discs now. And first off the batch that I bought 2 nights ago is Hot Fuzz by The Killers, and this is in a paper sleeve. The guy that sold it to me says that this is a limited edition of some kind, and that came out with this paper sleeve and not in a plastic case like these 3. I think I prefer a plastic case, but I guess this is nice. And there go the cars again. But what matters to me is more than anything is the disc. Obviously, that the disc is in good shape, and as you can see here, the disc is red, which is a big contrast to the light blue, baby blue actual cover art and back art as well. But it's also in decent shape, and I really like this album. I actually got it unofficially earlier this year, and I love the album. I've been into the Killers my whole life. I've known a handful of their songs for most of my life, but I didn't get into their first album with this until just a handful of months ago. So I love this album, and I'm glad it's in the collection. Next up, we have one that's also not new, but it's in decent shape. The actual plastic box has taken a beating. I don't know what people do to make their cases look like this, but it is what it is. Again, what matters is what's inside the disc and the actual manual with the lyrics and the credits and all that stuff. I wasn't gonna get this one. This is the last one I bought of the little bunch, and I wasn't gonna get it, but then I opened up the disc and I said, nope, I have to. I've already spent a small fortune, what's considered a small fortune here in Mexico for us poor folk. on the rest of the batch, but I had to get this one. My sister actually paid the remaining half so I could keep this, and she got We Are Not Alone, which I don't have with me right now, but it's not mine, so I'm not gonna show it off in this video. Anyway, I love this album as well. Breaking Benjamin is a band that has been good their entire freaking career. I love all of their albums. And then sealed new is Use Your Illusion 2 by Guns N' Roses, the first Guns N' Roses album that I've ever gotten into, which I believe I got just last year. But I am not satisfied with the quality of the files that I have. They don't sound very good. The volume is really low. So I thought, why not? I saw it there. It's sealed new. And I actually haven't ripped this to my laptop yet, so that I could have the files on my phone and delete the crappy ones that I have now. Wait, this actually isn't new. Oh boy, I guess I was wrong then. I didn't take a good look at the case. I don't care. You know what? When it comes to albums, I mean, as long as they're in decent shape, again, what does it matter, right? I was wrong. Oh well, big deal. 80 pesos. It's right here on the wrapping. 80 pesos, whatever. That's just a couple dollars. That's like $5 and something cents. It's not much. It's really cheap. So whatever. The disc is in great shape, and at the end of the day, that's all I care about. That's Guns N' Roses, and we have Green Day International Super Hits, same price, you know, just a little over $5. And I have not listened to this album in its entirety since I was a kid, I believe. And I haven't listened to tracks like Maria and Pop Rocks and Coke in a long time. Most of the others I have listened to because I have the other albums downloaded as well. And going back to 21st Century Breakdown, it's the only album that I legitimately owned. But now this is the second album that I legitimately own, and I now I just want to collect albums now, give them the same treatment that I've been giving video games for years, and just start collecting them as well, so I can have a physical collection. I want to open this thing. What the hell? This is oh, here we go. I noticed, like an envelope. This isn't new either, right? Or is it? I think this is actually new. I was looking at it off camera. I think this is actually new. I don't see any scratches on it. It's smooth and shiny. I think this one is actually new. Yes, okay. Well, there's the disc. And I love Green Day. Green Day is the first band that I ever got into all the way back in 2005 when I actually, unintentionally got into music for the first time. That was the start of when I got into it. And Green Day was right there, introduced to me by a cousin at the time in 2005. And I've been listening to them ever since. I don't tire of their music. They're just awesome. They're the music, they're the band that got me into music as a whole. Especially rock, punk rock, metal, that kind of thing. Because, you know, if you like rock, you tend to like metal. They just like go hand in hand for me, and alternative rock and all those other subgenres that are, you know, under the rock umbrella. Not saying that metal is a subgenre, because I know that's separate. A lot of rock sounds different from other rock, and a lot of metal sounds different from other metal. I'm no expert on music, but I know that much. So International Super Hits, I'm gonna be so happy to listen to songs like Maria and Pop Rocks and Coke again in good quality, since I'm actually gonna get my CD player, the one that still works. I have 3 of them. My first, and then another one, a Philips one. My first one was a Sony one, but those don't work, and that sucks. But I have a cheap one that does work, and I really hope that one doesn't give out. If it does, I'm gonna have to buy another one, just so that I can listen to the music straight off of the discs, and hook the CD player up to my speaker and enjoy it to the max. And then, of course, listen to the tracks digitally after I get them on my phone. I rent them from my computer. Same price, so, you know, a little over $5. This is Green Day's Dookie, which I've also known all of my life. And I was saying a moment ago how much I love Green Day. I just do. A lot of their songs are about drugs and, you know, like rated R stuff, especially their classic stuff. And But you know what can I say? I don't even as a kid when I did not understand the lyrics, I never listened for the lyrics. I listened because it's jamming music, because of the beat, because of the pace. It just sounds good. And it turns out this one isn't new either. But again, good shape. That's all that matters to me. Man, I had the intention of not keeping this video going for longer than 10 videos, but you know what? I'm just enjoying talking about this stuff because I never talk about music with anybody really. Well, that's a lie. These past couple of months, I've talked music with Javier and Gordon while we've been playing, because I've been, especially with Gordon, I've been putting on music sometimes when we've been playing Minecraft, and all these bands have played because I tend to have my music on shuffle on my phone. So my entire almost 2,000 song collection of music that I have, which I know won't be a lot to a lot of people out there, because there's a lot of folk out there older than myself that have been, collecting music for far longer, so they'll have a bigger collection than I will. But that's fine, because it's not a competition. I love this album. I love this art, and I don't remember ever seeing the actual CD art for this disc. It looks awesome. I love it. Old school Green Day. I love it. And last but not least, out of the little batch that I bought 2 nights ago, Metallica's Hardwired to Self-Destruct, the third album I ever got into. The first one I mentioned earlier was Injustice for All. The second one was Death Magnetic. And I gotta get Death Magnetic one day. I mean, who am I kidding? I want to get all of Metallica's albums eventually. And I've seen Master of Puppets, and there was another one that I saw 2 nights ago when I bought these. I don't remember which one it was. I didn't read the title. I just saw like a glimpse of the cover up, and then I kept on looking. But 150. How much is that? That's like that's less than $10. It's like 8-ish, 8.5-ish, around there right now as I record this. And I wanted to say that this was new as well. It's in a paper sleeve. I don't know if that's the standard edition, because I didn't research, the different editions for all these albums, for the physical releases of these albums before I made this video. I just wanted to make what was originally a quick video, and just to show these off and unwrap them on video, because why not? I just love music. If you don't love music, there's something wrong with you. And this comes with 2 CDs, and this actually does look pretty new to me. It might be. If it's not, it's like new. And I like this. I love this album art. It's just cool. It looks vicious. You can tell it's metal. And I love all the tracks on this album as well. There's a second disc, and I have no idea what this second disc has. How do you open this thing? Oh, it's just like this. Look at that. Doesn't that look creepy? That's creepy, and I like it. But there's a second disc. Okay, disc 1, Hardwired. Da 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 da. Wait. So the discs are literally just separated like this. Is it because of the disc space? Are these like standard 700 megabyte discs? Like, I know that because over the years I've gone through little like spurts of buying blank CDs and burning actual albums and stuff. I haven't done that since like 2015, but I would enjoy it when I would do it. So that's how I know the sizes, of the cheaper blank discs. So is that why? Like, I thought, maybe the second disc is gonna have extra features or something, but I guess not, because Metallica is famous for having some long ass tracks for the most part. Tracks that are 5 minutes plus, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, all that good stuff. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm just glad that I have all of these, and as time goes by, I am gonna collect more discs, buy one once in a while. They don't cost much. Music is music, and good music is worth paying for, whether you buy it used somewhere in a swap meet like I did. I bought it at an outdoor swap meet here called Misión Dragón, and that place is just chock full of so much good music. And but again, good music is worth paying for, whether you buy it used in a swap meet like I did this time around, whether you go to an actual indoor shop somewhere and support them locally, whether you buy it digitally through iTunes or you subscribe to Spotify or whatever the case. Good music is worth paying for, and you should support them. I say, as I admitted earlier in the video, that I've been pirating music my whole fucking life. But hey, I'm trying to change that. Even if my money doesn't go directly to the artists and the record labels and all that stuff, at least I'm supporting the people that do provide good physical music locally, and you should do so too. But I guess that's it for this video, so I put this here. And thank you for listening to my rambling. I just wanted to celebrate music once again, and it is what it is.